Hello everyone! Today we are going to talk about animals and zoos. You know that there are domestic animals and wild animals. Today's talk will mainly focus on the second ones. Wild animals are those that live in nature without people. There are thousands of species. They vary in different parts of the world. For instance, reindeer and polar bears live in the Arctic. The Antarctic is inhabited by penguins and seals. The most popular Australian animals are kangaroos and koalas. In Africa, you can see giraffes and lions. As for the area where I live, in the European part of Russia, we have such animals as brown bears, foxes, wolves, hares, boars, moose, and others. In my region, you can see any of them. Most likely it will be a moose, a fox, or a hare, because they often go out to roads. Other animals are more cautious, but I wouldn't advise you to seek them out in the forest. The meeting can be dangerous and even fatal. The key difference between domestic and wild animals is their relation to humans. Wild animals always see people as enemies rather than friends. From time to time, some people make attempts to tame wild animals or to keep some of them at home, but very few of them succeed in this. The fact is that a wild animal can hardly ever turn into a pet. There are some reasons for it. Firstly, their instincts will make them try to escape to their natural habitat. Secondly, wild animals, especially predators, need only natural food, ideally fresh raw meat and bones, otherwise they can die. And thirdly, some animals are nice and funny when they are small, but they become very dangerous when they grow up. There were numerous cases when, for example, a grown-up tiger or wolf beat his owner to death. That's why I believe it isn't a good idea to keep a wild animal as a pet. If you want to see wild animals without any risks, a zoo is the best place to do that. There are zoos in many cities and towns. They usually differ in size and living conditions for animals. In small zoos, animals are usually kept in cages. The living conditions in cages are cramped. For me, it is always sad to see caged animals. They need freedom. On the contrary, there are huge zoos, which are also known as natural parks or conservation parks. They occupy wide areas where animals are allowed to roam freely. In my opinion, zoos have three purposes: to preserve endangered species, to educate, and to entertain. First, the zoo can be an important place for animal conservation. Thanks to zoos, certain species of animals have been saved from extinction. Such animals breed in captivity, and when they are ready to survive in the wild, they are reintroduced to their original habitat. Second, we can get direct knowledge about a variety of animals by visiting zoos. We can see what an elephant is like, hear various sounds of birds, and distinguish one animal from another. For most of us, it is the only chance to see various animals with our own eyes. Third, a zoo is just a good place to have fun. It's very unusual to walk close to animals, most of which don't live in your region. As for me, I'm in two minds about zoos. On the one hand, the zoo is an artificial habitat, which is always limited. In these conditions, animals inevitably lose their instincts, for example, how to hunt, and often become depressed. Also, I think animals suffer from a lot of attention from crowds of people. It is unnatural. On the other hand, the zoo can be the last hope to survive for animals which are on the brink of extinction. Educational potential of zoos is also significant. You see that I don't have a definite answer to the question, are zoos a good thing? What about you?